my name is Siti Abdullah. Today, me and my friend Vissalini are going to talk about Agile Manifesto. I will be covering the short history of Agile Manifesto and also Manifesto Version 1 and Manifesto Version 2, whereas my friend Vissalini was going to talk about Manifesto 3 and 4. So Agile Manifesto was triggered by a group of software engineers that are frustrated with the old-fashioned ways of software development. The old-fashioned ways of software development require lots of processes and heavy documentation. These processes and heavy documentations are normally being done at the earlier of the project development, and this causing them some decisions that have been made during the early of the project development can hardly be changed during or after the software development. Therefore, Ken Beck and this group of software engineers came up with a new idea to solve the old-fashioned ways of software development, and that is Agile Manifesto. The purpose of Agile Manifesto is to uncover better ways of software by doing it and also helping others to do it. Therefore, they came up with the 4 manifestos. Agile Manifesto 1, Individual and Interactions. Individual and interactions are the Agile Manifesto that valuing people for every individual's idea. This is because they believe that it is people that are responding to the business need and driving the development processes. Valuing individual ideas are commonly expressed via frequent communication. There are many ways of communication in the software development team. Commonly, communication is made through email, instant messages like WhatsApp, Hangout, or Microsoft Teams, or even talking face-to-face. Talking face-to-face is the Agile lifestyle. For example, in Agile, there is a practice to have a daily stand-up meeting. The daily stand-up meeting is used to discuss the current task on hand, impediments, or blockage, and a little retrospective of the yesterday task. On the other hand, conventional ways is different from the Agile Manifesto 1. That is, it is more towards focusing on process and tools instead of people and interactions. The process and tools are referring to the project management tools that does not require a frequent communication among team members. Thus, this is resulting in individual-oriented work. So these are the example of project management tools. Defect tracking tools. Example of defect tracking tools are Jira Tickets, Bugzilla, Foxbugs, or HP ALM. Whereas for backlog management tools are used to manage our daily tasks. So some of the tools used are Atlassian, Kanban board, and Asana, Microsoft Excel, or Trello. Next is the Agile Manifesto 2, Working Software. In Agile Manifesto 2, value more on working software. This is because working software shows that the project development is in progress. So the definitions of working software may consist of 3 main ideas. Firstly is meet requirement or definition of plan. The definition of plan or DOD is referring to the goal set when delivering a software feature. As such, the feature has been designed, implemented, tested, and integrated. Secondly is the architecture and requirements document. These are important to highlight the area that serve the design, delivery, deployment of a working product, and also potential issue in future. But it is quite misconception to think that documentation is not needed in Agile. Thirdly is satisfying customer and continuous delivery. A working software allows team to get the feedback during product demonstration, and this will allow to focus on customer expectation and align with the adaptive product delivery. On the other hand, conventional ways are more focusing on comprehensive documentation. In conventional ways, comprehensive documentation is being done at the earlier of the project developments, and all of these includes documenting requirement, analysis, design, and test cases. And some of these features are not being used later on when the product features has been released. So this causing some waste of time documenting unnecessary features. And that's it for me. My friend will continue with Manifesto 3 and 4.
Hi friends, today I'm going to explain about the third Agile manifestation value, which is customer collaboration over contract negotiation. So what is customer collaboration? Where we try to build a good relationship with customer to learn their thoughts, opinions, and preferences. So as a team member, we should invest effort to discover customers' needs and educate their customer along the way. As a successful developers, we work closely with the customers to give the good end product. So the conventional method is contract negotiation. So what this value explain is, we follow strictly what is agreed on the contract. which might not relevant to the business anymore. The fourth agile manifestation value is responding to change. For an example, the new feature request might comes in which might bring positive outcome to the customers. So as a developing team, it is always good we compromise with the request and adjust the sprint plan. Sometimes we might need to replace with features which is already planned in the sprint. So the conventional method is following a plan, where at the earlier stage of any project there will be a planning, but throughout the process the customer might think it is not relevant to have some features in the product, so they might request to remove it. So as a development team, it is always good to be flexible and remove what is good and bad, and collaborate with have a good communication with the customer throughout the process. So the conclusion is the focus on conventional methods are important, but taking reasonable consideration on agile manifestation will bring more successful to the product development team with relevant inputs from client on time to time basis. So that is the saying is, that is while there is value in the items on the right, we value the items on the left